It would be almost 2 decades before Lockwood Hall would share campus space with another university building. In 1904, the board approved the construction of Schuyler Hall, a women's residence hall dedicated in honor of Dr. Aaron Schuyler, the university's second president and a beloved university founder. Construction on the hall began in 1904, and it was ready for occupancy in September of that year, although only the basement and first story were completed. Originally, it was to cost $12,000, but as Cornett explained,
it was found that the heating plant had been added, sidewalks built, rooms furnished and decorated, and insurance paid. The total cost approximated $17,000. When completed, it included 50 large student rooms, a dining room with accommodation for 200, reception, and the library rooms.
Schuyler Hall was in the middle of the 100 block of West Claflin and was a campus home to many students over its 62 years of existence. It was torn down in 1966 to make room for Wesley Hall. Residence halls have always played a fundamental role in the university experience for residential students. Many Kansas Wesleyan alumni look back at that experience and remember the laughter and fun. For example, one female resident moving into Schuyler Hall back in 1904 remarked that,
"Many and amusing experiences will the first girls to occupy Schuyler Hall have to relate experiences that can never be had by those who follow us, for when most of us arrived on September 8th, only the first story above the basement was completed. The rooms were large and bare, but we went to work with a will, and soon with pictures and curtains made them both cozy and homelike."
Over the years, the university built multiple residence halls for students and faculty alike. Eberhart Hall, a spacious home built in 1921, joined the campus 4 years later through a gift from the C.C. Eberhart estate. Mr. Eberhart was an early member of the Board of Trustees and a valued supporter. The hall, located on the southeast corner of Highland and Kerwin, served as a faculty residence and center of student social interests. It was torn down in the 1960s to make room for Wilson Hall. Pfeiffer Hall, a woman's residence hall, was dedicated on February 15, 1951, and named in honor of philanthropist Annie Myrner Pfeiffer, wife of Henry Pfeiffer. The Pfeiffers considered it important to support a strong, educated society. The Pfeiffer Foundation was established in 1939 after Henry's death and provided funds to liberal arts institutions across the nation, particularly those like Kansas Wesleyan with ties to the Methodist Church. The hall also accommodates the Shriwise Dining Hall, dedicated in honor of Christine Shriwise, a KWU contributor and supporter. The south end of the hall was renovated in 1963, providing 85 rooms for female students. It was renovated again in 1995 to accommodate 72 female students, with a private bath between every 2 rooms, updated closet space, a phone line and computer and cable TV hookups in each room. In 1957, residential housing increased with the construction of North and South Halls. North Hall, a 20-unit residential facility at the northeast corner of Santa Fe and Kerwin, provided housing for married students and other non-traditional students. It was torn down in 2021. South Hall, also constructed in 1957, located at the corner of Highland and Cloud, provided 8 apartment units for faculty. It eventually served as a residential facility for non-traditional, single-parent, married masters and students over the age of 21. Funding for these buildings was procured in 1956 through the Federal Community Facilities Administration in the form of a $281,000 loan. The loan was expected to cover all construction costs associated with the 2 buildings. Wilson Hall replaced Schuyler and Eberhart Halls in 1961. It originally served as a men's residential hall, but in recent years has been co-educational. In his book on Kansas Wesleyan history, The Time Now Past 1886 to 1961, Dr. Jack Warner Vanderhoof noted that Wilson Hall was so named
for Mr. Murray A. Wilson, who who has shared his life and resources with Kansas Wesleyan for many years. He shall long be remembered by those of this institution and community as one who comes to mind upon a reading of Romans 12.
Wilson was on the Board of Trustees and was a member of the Executive Committee during the 1940s and 50s. He helped to finance and furnish the hall along with other KWU benefactors. The 1961 Coyote Yearbook described the new facility as follows.
The hall is divided into 6 wings, consisting of 2 wings on each floor. There is a lounge separating these wings. The full basement is divided into 2 parts. One half can be partitioned off for future rooms, and the other half consists of a recreational area, laundry room, and snack bar. The dorm is completely air-conditioned throughout, and each room has its own individual thermostat.
KWU's next residence hall, Wesley Hall, was completed in 1969 and is used as a men's residential hall. Interestingly, the hall was simply called the New Men's Dorm until 1991, when it was officially named Wesley Hall in honor of the founders of the Methodist Church.